I loved playing in Sacramento when I was in AAA. It's not a big league park, and I feel like that's the other. Like, can you imagine getting your call up to the show? You're going to be in the show, but you're going to be in. Well, I'm here in Sacramento. Like, maybe you played there last week.
Franny, I'll give you a little fan comment while we've been chatting. Fabi said, "This guy's awesome. The way he talks about the Nats makes me want to root for them." So you're bringing very, very high
Oh,
energy and vibes
he's the
on a
one.
Monday here. Yeah, he is. He is the one. He is your uncle. But in all
What's
seriousness, I
this?
need FABBY in the chat right now. You're getting some good
Oh,
love here. You're bringing it
all right.
today. So I'd like that same energy and give me a little recreation of what you talked about with the A's situation, the fact that we're going to have a lot of minor league baseball being played in Sacramento, except it's going to be dudes like Aaron Judge bashing the A's owner's second favorite team, which is his team, and his favorite team is anyone playing his team.
Completely asinine comment. Number one. Number two. Growing up in the Bay Area, my whole life. I mean, look, my brother played. And we played strikeout. My brother DJ was he was the Giants. I couldn't be the Giants. I had to be the A's because he's 3 years older. He kicked my ass. Otherwise, his buddies would too. So that's fine. I got the steroid A's, and we emulate all their stances and everything. And so I would say we went to a lot more games early on at the Oakland Coliseum than at Candlestick because it was a little easier with Bart to get there. And so there's a lot of passion towards the A's that I have. It's a franchise, it's a fan base that deserves a hell of a lot better. An area that's been stricken with a lot of, just unfortunate, economic situations. You take away the Raiders, you take away, which is fine with me, but you take away the Warriors and you put them in San Francisco, it's still hard, right? Understandable on the Warriors' part because they built um, you know, a palace in San Francisco, which is insane. But the workers that were combined between the Oakland Coliseum and the arena, um, they're not having the jobs anymore. And that bothers me because I mean, look, for it's good for the Sacramento people, but at the same time, they weren't going to lose they weren't losing a franchise. They weren't losing the AAA team in Sacramento, right? So now they're going to be working a lot more, which is fantastic for them. But I just feel for everybody with the situation there because there's a huge passionate fan base that hasn't wanted to show up, even though that's a lot of the narrative too. Like, oh well, they haven't shown up. It's like, well, why would they? You have looked at since the Mulder and Zito and Hudson era that you don't want to keep those guys. You can go on and on. You can go to Matt Chapman. I mean, just think about like the Matt Chapman, Matt Olson, Simeon, just those three alone right now that are just like how incredible they are, and yet they couldn't retain them. And if you're a fan, how is that easy to jump on board with? So, I loved playing in Sacramento when I was in AAA. It's not a big league park, and I feel like that's the other. Like, can you imagine getting your call up to the show? You're going to be in the show, but you're going to be in. Well, I'm here in Sacramento. Like, maybe you played there last week, right? And it just there's not that feeling of I don't know, just being a top dog, being in the big leagues, being there. But I just feel awful just for the situation because the A's matter, Oakland matters, and having two teams in the Bay Area has always been a bigger deal than I think most people think. And not all those A's fans are going to go over and be Giants fans, but I'll tell you what, they're not going to be Fisher fans.
That's facts. And since we got crushed because Rowdy Telez was on here, he was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of, I'm from the area." Well, he's from Sacramento, so they were like, you were close. Tell me what it would be like to not have another team in the area growing up for your baseball career. You talked about, you and DJ playing out in the backyard and everything. But for your baseball career, do you feel like it's going to ruin just people not being baseball fans because there's not another team to root for if you don't want to root for the Giants?
I think so because the East Bay has so many kids. Like the East Bay has grown so much. since we were younger, and the San Ramon Valley area, that the Alameda, all that area just in general. You know, I think it would. I think it would have affected me personally. Because who the hell would I have been? Actually, I would have been the Braves because we saw so many TBS games there, so that's fine. But the whole thing is that like the A's mattered, and like Ricky Henderson and the padded Mizunos. Everyone knows padded Mizunos in our age.
Mm-hmm.
Like those things were the best. That mattered, right? Like that mattered to us, and it gave us someone else to root for. The Giants weren't good. Before Barry got there, you had the '89 World Series, and you're like, yeah, I was an A's fan for a little bit, for sure. Why not? But I just feel like the fabric of the way we grew up. I mean, you look at it with the Niners growing up, right? With the A's and the Giants. The Warriors weren't good, but they had Run TMC, and so that was awesome. You had 4 franchises in that time frame that were unbelievable. And then you add in the fact the Sharks came in, in '92. And so then you have this fan base that started to pick up. That A's team mattered. That A's team was so high on everyone's list in the Bay Area that it would affect it. And it's going to affect, as we go, get older and we watch these kids get older, like who are they going to root for? And you're going to say, oh, it's easy to go to the Giants. Like, it's not always that easy. It isn't always that easy.
Hey everybody, be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.